We are live. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Blake Ruffino. This is Are You Serious? I know. Blake, where's Mike Jones? We want Mike. That's so literally 4 DMs. We have it, guys. We're not a minute in the show. We want Mike. Okay. I mean, I know he's a better athlete than me. I know he played for LSU when a brother had to play at Southeastern. I get it. Mike Jones just around the corner. Who? Will be joining us right after the break. So we're really excited to talk to Mike Jones. Coach Matt House had some big words for Mike. You know, it's funny. Every time we bring Mike on, the coach, one of the coordinators or head coaches says something about Mike Jones following the next day. So we'll talk about Mike, talk to Mike about Coach Matt House and all of the good things that Mike's doing on the field. We'll talk some spring football. 141 days until LSU layeth the smacketh down on the candy ass of Florida State. I know, Blake. It's Good Friday. You can't say candy ass. You're right. All right. So we'll get started. Everybody do us a favor. Hit the like and share. Share to some Facebook groups. The super chats are open. Send in the super chats. Got a question for Mike? Got a question for Blake? Send in them super chats. All right, let's do this. We got Mike Jones around the corner. Let's talk. Tell you who is sponsoring this segment with Mike Jones, our good friends over at the Drake Williams Law Firm, drakewilliamslawfirm.com. Mike Jones right around the corner. By the Drake Williams Law Firm, drakewilliamslawfirm.com. Whether you've been injured in an accident, you're preparing for a future with your estate planning, you're getting ready to close in on a real estate deal, or you're about to welcome a new addition through adoption into your family, or you're facing criminal charges, you need very experienced attorneys, and that is what the Drake Williams Law Firm will be able to do for you in navigating the legal system. The door to their cozy office in historic downtown Ponchatoula has been open since 1981. They have helped thousands and thousands of Louisiana families and individuals win cases, close on real estate deals, and regain that peace of mind. Their lawyers over at the Drake Williams Law Firm, Ernie Drake III, Ryan J. Williams, and Summer Vignair, are very determined, compassionate, and dedicated to their craft. It's the Drake Williams Law Firm, drakewilliamslawfirm.com. Give them a call today at 985-386-7600. Tell them your good friend Blake Ruffino with AYS sent you on by. It's the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mike Jones Jr.
What's good?
It looks like, let me tell you what it looks like. It looks like you just got out of a meeting and Matt House was breaking down some film. On a scale of 1 to you can't tell me, where does it fall on that scale?
You kind of close because we left meetings a little while ago. I'm with a couple of my teammates right now. We're actually at a little food truck and we're waiting for our food to get there. And so yeah, we're on the road with it this time.
I love it. Hey, the good thing about what we do, Mike, and partnering with you on the show is that we can take this anywhere, right? So look, it's been a long week for a lot of guys, you included. Look, you're trying to get a lot of installation in right before the spring game. Coach Matt House had a lot of good words for you this week. Not sure if you're able to hear it, but just talking about, like you've been mentioning, the communication and you being a leader out there on the field. How is that going for you so far since we've talked to you last in this spring?
Yeah, man, it's been good. You know, like I said, with my standard, I try to match the standard every day, and so it's been good. Of course, Coach House keeping his foot on necks, you know, making sure everybody is doing the most that they can. But yeah, man, it's been pretty consistent. You know, just trying to continue to build on each day.
I heard that, brother. The Golden Boot Podcast sends us, Mike, $5 via Super Chat. I love it. But they said, hashtag Ask Mike, new coaches typically teach you more about yourself than they do themselves. What have you learned about yourself this spring, or just Mike in your entire career, from what coaches have taught you?
From any coach, or like
any coach. Let's expand it from any coach.
I would just say, you know, that's actually a really good question.
It's one
Probably
of those
just like,
questions, Mike, that you got to like think about, and then we'll have to ask you next week. You know what I mean? But I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
if
yeah,
you can
yeah.
think of some, go right on ahead.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is a very good question.
Yeah, I would probably say the main thing is just like the way I like approach football. As I've like got when I got into college, like coming from high school, it's just more of a game. Well, not it's not a game, of course. Guys trying to get scholarships, trying to take care of their families. Of course,
Right.
all that. But in high school, I feel like you essentially just go out there and play. I feel like throughout colleges and just meeting coaches, it kind of made me realize how much of a love I actually got for the game because like I invest so much time into it. When hearing like I've heard stories about all the top players and like how much more they did, than what was required. It like being around coaches like have made me realize like, okay, you know what? Like I like to do this. I don't have a problem doing this, and I sometimes like I be wanting to do this, I want to get ahead so much. I want to do the most like that sometimes. And so I've learned how much I really love the game. I really do. And that's probably been the main thing I've learned from just coaches, just about myself.
Right. And I think that that's their job, right, Mike? I mean, their job is to make you feel that way and do that way. No matter what the record is at the
Yeah.
end of the day, that's their job. That's what they're supposed to do. Mike Jones Jr., LSU linebacker, joining us. Mike, we only got a little bit further away until spring's over with. I'm not going to ask you if you're excited for it to be over because I know, like you just mentioned, you love playing football. But
Yeah.
in these 2 weeks or 10 days, rather, with only a handful of practices in a game left, what are you looking to accomplish to get ratified? Because Coach Matt House talked about y'all just learning the fundamentals and concepts of his defense. Are y'all learning to just perfect that and then go into the fall, or what are you looking forward to, and what's his defense looking to?
Yeah. I would say myself, man, just trying to stay consistent, trying to get better each day. It is the spring, and so we don't have to go play a game, in 2, 3 weeks. So just continue to build, man. We've had a lot of young guys step up. This is the time for growth, for real. And to finish out at a point where like, all right, what the whole spring we continually climb, we continually got better each week. I think that's been the overall goal, and that's definitely something that we're trying to finish out on. Finish out on a good note, so that going into the summer, we're feeling good, and we're excited about the progress we've made, and the place we're at where we can continue to build once it's time to get back in fall camp and get time to start playing.
Mike, look, we don't get to see a lot of practice. Okay, we get to see about the 20 minutes, and then we get to see you guys in videos and stuff. But I got to be
Yeah.
honest, it looks like stuff's getting real out there. Looks like there's some serious popping. Take us through that, because look, now what's interesting is I hear a little bit of jawing going on out there. I'm not going to say who, but has the intensity. Look, we talked about this with you about 4 weeks ago, going into spring with Brian Kelly, is learning how he wants to do practice along with Coach House.
Yeah.
Now you're kind of getting the rhythm of it. Now everybody's kind of starting to hit a little bit harder. People are starting to be
Yeah.
where they're at. Is that why? Because you kind of just know what to expect at this point. Now you know what to do. Is that a fair analysis on this point?
I would say, yeah. For myself, I try to come into the spring with the mindset of, especially if I'm be playing Mike, I gotta bring it, the whole time. Like every day I'm trying to bring it. Somebody else gotta feel me,
Right.
But I can't say for the rest of the team, it seems like everybody, I don't know if maybe like the coaches then told the offensive linemen and tight ends we finna try to go blast these dudes today. But the other day in practice, man, I was hitting folks, and I'm like, I'm not winning how I just usually be winning. Usually it's easy. I just go blast Mike, get him off me. I think it might have been Mashburn. He like let up in the hole and he hit me, and I like hit him, and I hit him hard. Like, dang, I felt that too. I was like, good Lord.
Hey,
It's something about back.
It's something about them little compact dudes, right? The little small, little like bowling balls.
Man, they get low, man, and it's not fair, man.
Bro, OJ, hey man, never mess with a man with a neck roll. Mike, look, as someone who grew up in the early 2000s, never mess with a man with a neck roll, okay?
All right, this is me giving you some experience here. Don't mess with a man with a neck roll. It's never going to turn out good for anybody. Hey,
I believe you.
hey, it's like one of your former teammates, at Clemson, also played middle linebacker. Don't mess with a man with a neck roll, right?
Listen here, as soon as you said neck roll, that was the first person I thought of. And that's the first person I'm not messing with.
That's true. Hey, it's like I'm not going to say that. I was like, who do you not mess with in a fight? Like you go out in the club and, anyway. Mike Jones joining us. Mike, we got some questions in here because you talked about you're at the food truck. What food truck? Now, I got two questions. Number one, you had a po' boy last week. I'm proud of you. Okay?
Yeah.
We got this done. Number one, what kind of po' boy did you have? Tell the people who didn't see the tweet. But number two, what food truck is Mike Jones at currently?
Okay, so last week I had two po' boys. I had two
you did
6-inch ones. I had a roast beef po' boy.
You're damn
and
right
I had
you
to
did.
get the sauce and put it on there. Yeah. If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it right.
You damn right you did. What was on the other one?
Catfish.
You're damn right you did. You're damn right you did. I'm proud of you. I've never been more proud of you in my life, Mike. I just got to be honest. I mean, all right, but where are you
I feel like I had to, man. I feel like I had to.
Hey, look, you got to embrace the culture, brother, but I love it. Where are you at, though, now? What food truck are you at right now?
Man, it's called something Southern Bistro. It's like SSB something.
Okay.
I'm not sure, but I know it's got a lot of seafood. I got like some fried fish. I think it's a little bit of crab on there. I got some green beans, some mac and cheese. I'm eating good today.
Okay, I feel you on Good Friday. On Good Friday, you got to bless your tummy like Jesus blessed us. I feel you.
Got to.
I feel you. Mike, a couple more. We won't keep you too terribly long. We know you got a lot going on. Big practice tomorrow, one of the longer practices before y'all get into spring. Look, there's been a lot of healthy competition. Coach House talked about 1 week it's the defense, 1 week it's the offense, 1 week it's the defense, 1 week it's the offense. Is it just more of filling each other out at this point or filling out positions? What would you say is why is it so competitive and so back and forth between both the units?
Man, I think the coaches are doing a great job of scheming against each other. Like I said, it's not like a game. And so, when you get into a game, you know what you're going to see, what to expect. Right. You've studied, you've prepared. Now, you know what I'm saying? Something the offense did on Tuesday, they might look like they're doing the same thing on Thursday and do something completely different. And so I feel like it's been more of like they've been playing checkers and no, not even checkers. They've been playing chess. So that's probably what I would say is the main thing. One thing that's got me like excited as like we've been going through spring, I feel like Coach House is like starting to open up more. So like, earlier on, we kept it somewhat basic, not basic, but earlier installs, you only have a certain amount of things you can run. And now Coach House is like, oh yeah, we coming after him today. Like he be sending them blitzes, he be sending them pressures, we be having fun out there. And so yeah, man, I would say it's just the coaches, playing off each other, bouncing off each other. We gonna see this that day, and they gonna think they seeing this day, but we sending this day. Yeah,
I saw you on that little inside blitz last Saturday, almost trying to sack the quarterback. You thought I was just tripping out there. I saw you, but listen, I have two eyes now. They're not good eyes because I need glasses. But look, I saw you, Mike. Two more for you. Does Matt House and Mike Denbrock kind of chat at each other? Because it kind of looks like they chat a little bit, when you watch the film, like, all right, Denbrock, all right, House, do y'all notice? Do you notice any of that at practice?
So usually I don't notice because usually if I'm hearing something from Coach House, he's probably yelling at me. But the other day I did realize, so we were like doing like a little red zone period and the offense had scored a couple times. And they are scoring, everybody running to the end zone, and Coach House got kind of pissed. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, let's send the heat now. Oh, you didn't like that? Let's send the heat.
So did you send the heat?
Oh, yeah, he sent it. We ended up making a big play on defense.
Right. Mike, we talked a little bit about the quarterbacks, but look, they're kind of coming into their own. And I know that we've talked about this a little bit, but not at depth. But just the last question. The offense and the quarterbacks, it seems like them and the running backs are meshing well. Receivers are meshing well. when you and this is something that we talked about, iron sharpening iron. That's tough for an old Italian white dude to say, but I'll get it out eventually. Mike, as their install increases and your install increases, that makes the practice better for you, right? I mean, like this is just the byproduct of what we're seeing. When they're getting better, you're getting better.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You're getting more, you're seeing more, you're experiencing more. You know what I'm saying? You have to react more. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, we only gonna see these first few things. You see this formation, you probably gonna get this. Now, you're seeing a whole bunch of different looks. You're seeing the teams are not teams. The offense is doing things out of certain looks that they weren't doing before. Like I said, man, it's really chess. Now, like, what I'm saying, yeah, I feel like it's really like a game mindset because, they're literally playing off each other. Offense sees what we're doing. They're scheming up for us. We see what they're doing. We're scheming up for them. And so, and in that situation, it's like a game.
Right.
I try to come into the mindset of practice like we about to play some games. Like it's a game today.
All right. So last thing, are you with defensive players or offense? I know the answer, but just for the listeners, are you with offensive players or defensive players?
Listen, man, I hold it down for the D block, defense only.
Okay. So listen to everybody in the car. Don't let us see them, but everybody in the car, I'm going to give you a little nugget. Watch out for the zone read tomorrow during practice. Hint, hint, wink, wink. It's coming. Confirmed. Ready to go. Listen. And then, Mike, when you come back next week and you're like, Mr. Blake, you told me it was coming. And then when you get there, I'll just say you're welcome. All right?
We going to know. You'll know exactly. I'm going to come on. That'll be the first thing I talk about.
Hey, it's coming. Y'all think I'm playing. It's coming. I do my scouting.
Yeah.
I'm like a young Italian Matt House. I just got a little bit more hair. All right.
I feel you.
Mike Jones joining us. Mike, you've been fantastic, man. We'll see you tomorrow at practice. Y'all have a good one and stay safe, brother.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it,
right.
man.
That is LSU starting linebacker Mike Jones Jr. joining us. Always fantastic when he joins the show. Nookie says, good content at 3 p.m. It's a really good Friday. Absolutely. Freaking-lutely. Everybody do us a favor and hit that like and share. Let's do this. I'm going to extend the show more than the 20-minute clip here. Let's talk some LSU. I thought Brian Kelly couldn't recruit. It was told to me that Brian Kelly can't recruit. We'll talk about that in just a moment. So let's pay some more bills around this thing, and then we'll get rolling into that. Got to talk about our good friends over at betonline.ag. Guys, Major League Baseball is here. NBA playoffs. The Pellies tonight against the Paul George-less Clippers tonight. Go over to BetOnline. That's betonline.ag. Use your mobile device to sign up today. Use a 50% welcome bonus by using the promo code BELIEVE. That's BLEAV. BLEAV. That way that they know that your good friend Blake Ruffino over at AYS sent you on by. All right, let's pay some more bills. We got some LSU baseball stuff to talk about when we return and some recruiting. Brian Kelly can't recruit. Somebody forgot to tell him. So let's talk about our good friends at Gramco and our good friend Carol Foss over at State Farm. Guys, I've got to talk to you about our good friends over at Gramco. They are the Delta 8 company based out of the state of Florida. They're founded by college football junkies just like you and I am not sure if you're familiar with Delta 8, but you need to be. Gramco is the absolute leader in this field, and they have phenomenal products that I just need to tell you about. First off is the Wake and Bake coffee that is absolutely spectacular. The gummies are as well, as they're the best in the market. So go to thegramco.com right now and use the promo code AYS25. That's thegramco.com, AYS25 promo code to get 25% off of your order. Jump on this fast as it is perfect for holidays, anniversaries, and everyday use. Gramco is hemp-derived and completely legal inside of the state of Louisiana. No medical card is needed, and shipping is very discreet. You must be 21 years older to order. Again, that's thegramco.com. Use that promo code AYS25. Guys, you might know my good friend Carol Foss and all the great service that he provides over at State Farm. He is your good neighbor after all. But did you know State Farm has surprisingly great rates as well? Along with a great neighbor service, State Farm agent Carol Falls has surprisingly great rates for everyone inside the state of Louisiana. So call him today at 985-395-4300, 985-395-4300 for all of those surprisingly great rates on auto, home, and life insurance needs. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there, and individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to the State Farm underwriting requirements. All right, let's get this thing rolling, y'all. Let's get this thing rolling, y'all. Hadn't said that in a while. Rob Boudreaux says one gummy only. I agree. Don't be the Gramco user of the day. 420's right around the corner, though, guys. The new flavors are in with Gramco.com. Suffering with hypertension, man, it's a very good use for hypertension. So go over to thegramco.com, use that promo code AYS25. LGZ, the GQ member that watches AYS on YouTube, says, I saw that Ryan Yates is listed as a safety, but in his film, it looked like he played a lot of corner. Your thoughts, Blake? Yeah, I think that he's going to play. So if you missed it today, breaking news. Breaking news this morning out of 8:30, Ryan Yates out of Texas, a safety out of Texas, committed to the Tigers. Look, I think he's going to play the slot. I think that LSU could possibly at max take 4 safeties. I think that they take 3, though. I think that they'll continue to go after either Kylan Jackson or Derek Williams, but could take 4. We'll see. But let me say all of this. I was told Brian Kelly couldn't recruit. I was told that Brian Kelly was going to struggle. I wanted to say something like a joke, but I don't know if y'all would take it as a joke. Was going to struggle in recruiting in the SEC, a lot like Jordan Thompson's fielding at short. But you know what? Let's blame Hayden Chervinsky. Right? Again, look, I said this in Twitter Spaces last night, and I'll say it here on the show. I am tired of national media pundits, receding hairline, bald-headed scallywags, talking about what you think that you know about the state of Louisiana or LSU. Well, it's national championship or bust at LSU. Well, no shit. No diggity shit. You're damn right it is. Like, what? Of course. What did you do? 2003, 2007, appearance in 11, 2019. You're damn right it is. But, the thing for me, where it comes down all for me, from Brian Kelly can't recruit. LSU helps you recruit itself. It helps you recruit itself. He's a good recruiter. You don't have 50 wins in 10 seasons, and you're not a good recruiter. You bald-headed scallywags. Jesus. Anyway, let's get to a couple of these comments. Yes, everybody on Facebook, hit the like and share. Hit the like, hit the share. Share to Facebook groups. Everybody do it right now. Hit that like. Hit that like. Stephen Miller, our good friend, says game time at 5 p.m. in case y'all missed it. Yeah, it got moved up because of the chance of rain. Sure did. Sure did. Nookie says Hayden Chervinsky blocked Elon from buying Twitter. It could be true, man. Since we're blaming all of LSU baseball's problems on Hayden Chervinsky, I don't think that let's get to some baseball too. And I'll finish it out with some football stuff. LSU lost last night to Arkansas at a Friday night game. I kind of feel like you stole one last Friday. Maybe you're not able to get one today. LSU still sits in a pretty good position. I still think that they can win tonight and tomorrow, or today and tomorrow, as we're coming in about an hour and a half before first pitch. Guys, I don't understand. Like, at least for me, I don't understand why people are putting these losses on one people. You know, what was it? Bases loaded, K. Doty misreading the ball, could have rolled a double play. I think you're tied at that point. 2 runs come in to score. That's on K. Doty. Jordan Thompson, instead of trying to get the out, just trying to keep the ball in front of him when it's literally hit right at him. Those are problems. The middle infield for LSU is a problem. I get Hayden Travinski had a pass ball last night that advanced a runner. I understand that. He is not the best when it comes to, he's not the GOAT of catchers. We all get that. But you're going to have to outslug teams. You're going to have to go out there and hit as much as you can to win ball games because your defense, and I don't want to say pitching, but your defense is not going to help you. The pitchers at LSU deserve better than what they're getting in the field. The error in the first inning that led off the game that got Arkansas a run, Jacob Berry has to eat that ball. You can't throw that. Jay has to tell these guys, look, if it's a tough play and you don't think you can make it, eat the ball. Stop. Don't force don't force any errors. Don't give a man another base. This team is uber talented, y'all. They got I just don't, for the life of me, don't understand what's going out in the field. I grew up at a baseball field my entire life. Shout out Coach Jeff Tajan. My entire life, majority of my life was spent on baseball fields. Growing up, at least half of the year. I just don't think that I've ever seen a team with this much talent be so Rudy Poo in the field. But the sad and horrible takes of Alex Milazzo saves your team is probably the worst I've ever seen. Guys, it's not going to save you when K. Doty misreads a ball at second base. It's not going to save you on the swinging bunt, and Jacob Berry throws the ball damn near in the bleachers. We should not have to come out here and talk about that. I don't know, quite honestly, I don't think it's that Jay's not they're not working on it. Like I don't believe that. It's very difficult for me to believe that. But tonight you're going to have to be better in the field. Now if it's going to be sprinkling, the weather's going to be Rudy Poo. Good luck. Good luck. We better pray to sweet baby Jesus above. Dear 6-pound, 7-ounce, sweet baby Jesus, let Blake Money be healed and let him shove it up Arkansas's rear end tonight. You're going to need it. You're going to need it. Nookie says, just got to play through it. All these guys have done it at this level. Nookie, I agree with you. But you're losing games because of it. You know what I mean? It's just baffling to me. It's more of what it is. Chris Barnhill says pitching improves every game, defense not improving. Yeah, it's not improving at all. Chris Barnhill, I missed it. David says Travinski, Doty, and Thompson are holding LSU back. They are so bad. Rob Boudreaux says, I am so tired of them bringing up the Southern thing. Jim Rome won't get off of it. Are you talking about Brian Kelly? Yeah. Jim Rome got his ass beat in his own studio. I don't trust a man that can't fight like that. At least you're not going to attempt to fight. Rick says the fielding issues are baffling Blake and cost us last night. Arkansas is not going to live or give you any breaks. We got some last night and still lost. I still think the umpiring's bad too. Guys behind the plate, it's gotten really bad. Daniel says, my Pee Wee baseball coach said it. If you can't catch the ball with your glove, catch it with your body. I got you. This isn't Pee-wee. You can't really catch the ball with your body, though, really. I mean, I guess you can. That's not how this works. Jerry Zimmerman says, need to go with what they do best, swinging the bats. Yeah. I mean, I thought Pearson, I think adding Pearson and Stevenson in the lineup is a good deal. I still think that Mikael Hilliard's giving you some good outings. You know, the pitching has not really been the problem of late. But look, if you, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. But tonight they're gonna need to find a way to be elite in the field. I think if they do that, can I make this argument? Let me ask y'all this. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Do you think LSU can win the SEC West if they were better defensively? I'll give you a thumbs up. I think if LSU cleans up what they're doing on defense, they might be the best team in the SEC West. I don't know if that's really debatable, really. I mean, our producer, Zach, gave us the stat. The more, if they commit 2 errors or more, guys, I think now they're 7-8, 7-9, something like that. But when they don't, they're 17-2. Guys, LSU is 17-2, some crazy stat like that, when they commit 1 error or less. It's very tough for me to see the talent. Here's where I think is why it's so aggravating for people, right? Is when you can do that, right? Like when you have that ability, and you're not living up to it because of one specific area, it's very tough. Hell, and I know I said the SEC West. You can talk about the entire SEC. Guys, they can be the best team in the SEC. There's no question about that. I just don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know how they're going to fix it. Because I don't think you can take Jordan Thompson's bat out of the lineup. Because Cranford really doesn't give you anything. Paul Bed says, happy Good Friday, Blake from Houston. Happy Friday to you. Happy Good Friday. Nookie says, I do wish we would quit the shift for a while until it settles down. I actually agree with Nookie on that. I don't think it's serving you any purpose. Ryan Thibodeau says, situational baseball. Rob Boudreaux says, almost all their losses are because of errors. Yeah. Literally. I think, what was it, the one game that they lost that really they just should have lost was Texas? That's really the only game that they just should have lost because their bats just didn't come alive. And I'm okay with that. I'm perfectly okay with that. I would rather your bats, and with a good lineup like LSU's, I would rather your bats have a night off and have clean fielding than the rest of the season. Now, you be talking about this team. So I don't want to go down a rabbit hole and explain that. But if your guys are off one night at the plate, okay, chalk it up for one night. Even chalk it up in the field one night. But it just being a constant issue. Yeah. Oh, well, Nookie said, yeah, we're not catching Tennessee. I can agree with that. I agree with that. Ooh. We got a text into the AYS hotline. Blake, what about John Emery? Okay, we'll talk about that. So, look, tonight, 5 p.m., we're not going to stay too terribly long today on this episode. We'll pick it back up this weekend, probably Saturday after the game. We'll probably do another post-game episode. But John Emery it was clear, like I said last night in Spaces and again today. So just to reiterate what I said in Spaces right when the injury happened, John Emery, just a lower ankle sprain. I knew that he was getting MRI today, but I don't know what the MRI said. But they feel that he's going to be okay. I would not keep him. I would not play him the rest of the spring. Danny Girl says, I see what he was saying about using your body because the Travinsky isn't body blocking at the plate, not like most catchers do. But last night, Hilliard couldn't catch a break on the calls at the plate. I agree with that. Showtime Production gives us a hand clap. Now get that hand clap. Halle Berry, a Halle Berry. Craig Schilling says, bald-headed scallywags think trading one for 2 defensive plays outweighs a potential of scoring runs. No, scoring runs in the SEC is extremely difficult. I don't know what people, I don't get it. At all. All right. Mike Jones interview. That's what we're doing on this Friday, 40 minutes in. We're going to be really short today. I know people want us to go from 3 to 6. We're not going 3 to 6. Ben! Come here! We're on daddy duty. Come on, dude! You just went to the potty?
No, we just put the puzzle together.
Oh. I'm on the show. Anyway, we're on daddy duty. You gonna talk to him? Okay. What do you want to tell him on this great Easter?
Easter.
Okay. Is the Easter bunny coming to see you?
Yes.
What do you want from the Easter bunny?
Easter bunny.
What do you want from the Easter bunny? Do you want candy?
Yes.
Do you want chocolate?
Yes.
Do you want bubbles?
Yes.
Do you want daddy to be able to buy a new truck and let mommy say yes?
Yes.
Do you want a brand new riding lawnmower X Smart?
It's smart.
Do you want one?
Yes.
Okay. What else do you want? Do you want to go on an Easter egg hunt?
Yes.
Do you want? Hey, do you know who the Muffin Man is?
Mama.
All right. Tell everybody Happy Easter, Ben.
How does Easter Ben?
You don't tell yourself Happy Easter. You tell all of them Happy Easter.
No Easter.
Not Merry Easter, silly goose.
No, the Easter.
Easter. Okay. You want to tell them bye-bye? Say, you want to sing with Daddy? Jesus loves me this side. Don't put your mouth on the mic. All right. Tell them bye-bye. See y'all later. Y'all have a good night. Peace out, Girl Scouts. You've been good for you, honey.